Howdy, folks. Before we get to the Mackenzie podcast, I do have to make a bit of an apology. There will be an intro for this podcast because I messed up. I let Mackenzie talk to me for an entire hour and 10 minutes or so without telling her to be close to the microphone. So all of her audio is real quiet. And that's just going to make listening to it unbearable. Not that I'm going to delete it. Still going to put it up. I'm just going to do some editing. I don't think any amount of editing can make it sound remotely nice or clean. But it's going to be at least listenable to, and you can hear what we're saying. It just won't be pleasant to anyone's ears. So I'm sorry for that, but this should not be the only time Mackenzie's on the podcast. She was great to talk to. Is there anything else I have to say? No, enjoy. I'm so sorry. Oh. The hard times?
It's like a satirical website. It's kind of like The Onion, but worse. Like produced really badly. And it's just surrounded by like the punk community. But there was this one article called "Why Go to College If Joe Rogan's Podcast is Free." It's a really good article.
Okay, Mackenzie. I was tasked by you to do some research.
Yes, I wanted this to be a really cutthroat, hard interview.
I'm afraid that I don't know if my investigative.
How far did you dig?
Journalism. Okay, so I messaged your mom on Facebook. I messaged your. Well, don't get excited because she didn't respond. Just.
No, which I fixed.
Yeah, I didn't know how else. I messaged your boyfriend. He didn't respond. The only person. Oh, okay. The only person who did respond was a friend of yours named Aidan.
Holy shit.
And
okay.
he didn't give me much. He gave me this embarrassing photo of you. I don't know if you find that embarrassing.
Oh my god, that's a good photo.
Now this is a photo of Mackenzie in like clown makeup.
Yeah, like he wasn't there. That's weird. Okay.
Okay. Regardless, and then he also said that a long time ago you were a proclaimed not like other girls girl.
Probably.
And then you were addicted to Red Bull.
Yes.
And you were attracted to John Oliver. And that was about it.
Okay, I would say self-proclaimed not like other girls girl. I don't think that's not really true, but the others are true.
Okay.
I used to have like a really bad Red Bull addiction up until I came to college.
Define bad.
I just love the taste. I love the rush. I love everything about Red Bull. Like, I used to keep like a 6-packer in the fridge. And like drink them at night, not because I needed to stay up, just because they taste so yummy. And like, I don't know, I just couldn't stop like drinking it. I would like at parties, like I would just bring Red Bull with me, not for anyone else, just myself. I just always loved it, and I used to have. It got to the point where I actually ordered a shirt, a custom embroidered shirt that has a Red Bull can on it. I brought it to college, but it's not warm enough for me to wear it. But like,
it's embroidered?
Yeah, it's embroidered. There are these girls in my town, Eliza and Petra, who do like really good embroidery, and they did it for me. It's really nice. Like, I love it, but I don't drink it anymore.
Oh, that's fantastic. Why'd you stop?
This is so lame. It's so late. I was pulling an all-nighter here at college, and I drank a Red Bull and my heart just started beating really fast. And like, I decided I was just gonna go to the police because urgent care wasn't open, and they were like, yeah, your heartbeat is irregular, and you should not drink these anymore. And so I haven't had Red Bull since, and that was like a couple months ago.
Did they say there's like some sort of like problem if you would have drinking more? Like, what would have happened?
They didn't really get into it, but really for myself, like not to drink it, I have to think like, Mackenzie, don't drink it, or you're like your organs will explode in your body. So I don't know. I don't want to know what will happen.
Okay. Well, that's good. And have you?
But John Oliver?
Okay. Yeah, John Oliver.
I think he's hot.
Okay, I disagree, but
it's about how smart he is.
Okay.
I like that
Okay, I haven't watched Last Week Tonight a lot because I used to keep up with television a lot, but now I just can't be bothered. Do you watch a lot of TV?
I don't really watch TV anymore at college because it's like hard. I've been watching the assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime. It's like done by Ryan Murphy, who did American Horror Story, and it's really good. It's about Versace and like how he got like shot, and it's really interesting. And Darren Criss is really, really hot. And that's basically the reason why I keep on watching it. But I watch that and like Drag Race.
Okay. I've heard things about Drag Race,
I've
and
never
it's a
watched it until I got to college. I don't know.
I don't know what it is, because I know there's like a subreddit called like something RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul's. Yeah. I don't know. I can't read.
Yeah, RuPaul.
What is it?
It's a show where drag queens compete.
For what? How do they compete?
The ultimate queen.
What's the competition?
Oh
like,
my God.
What are the competitions?
Okay, so like, there's different types of It's like America's Next Top Model.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my sister would watch that a lot. Okay.
Okay. So like there's a runway challenge where they have to like create an outfit, and then they have like maybe a quick challenge in between.
Question: do they hand make these outfits, or they just pick them? Okay.
They hand make them. And like it's like Project Runway and America's Next Top Model mixed together, but with drag queens. Okay. And it's really great. Okay. There's a lot of death dropping. Do you know what a death drop is?
No, I don't know.
It's when you just like fall on the floor. Like your knee has to go back and you just like fall on the floor. Look up when you have the chance. Laganja Estranja, death drop.
Laganja Estranja, death drop. So it's just like a prop fall that they
it's a prop fall, but it's very dramatic.
And is it like the big showstopper at the end?
Yeah, it's the showstopper.
Like they just
if you can death drop your
fucking die. Yeah. Do people get hurt?
Yes. It's so hard to be a drag queen. I could never do it. Yes. I don't know. I feel like I've heard people have been like, oh, like what being a drag queen, like it doesn't seem that hard. You just have to like dress and drag. No, you have to be like a comedian, a dancer, an impeccable lip syncer, all that and more. And you have to have a persona and a good name. Yeah,
that's a good name. Are there bad names?
You can't. Okay, you can't. I can't just be like. You can't just be like, hi, I'm Aidan Van Alstyne. You have to have a name that like is kind of
Van Alstyne.
Sorry.
You know, okay. Have you ever seen Young Frankenstein?
Yes.
Okay, so the joke in that is that Frankenstein doesn't want to be a Frankenstein, so he says, no, call me Frankenstein. Okay. And I've always wanted to do that joke where I tell people, no, don't call me Van Alstyne, it's Van Alstyne, but everyone by default calls me Van Alstyne.
I'm sorry.
And I can never perform that joke.
Well, I'm also dyslexic.
Yeah, Lily told me that.
Oh, you messaged Lily? That's my old roommate.
I messaged Lily and Lucy. I think they didn't give me much. Oh, Lily said that you weren't always born with pink hair.
No.
Yeah.
I've had pink hair for about 3 years. It wasn't natural, sadly, but I've had it. I don't know, basically forever. I used to when I was little, I used to look in the mirror and I'm like, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Like something's not right. And I truly believe that I did not look like a normal person until I dyed a part of my hair pink. I look like a Sim from Sims 1.
What? That's awful. Why?
No. It's not like a thing that I feel bad. I feel complete with pink. Okay. I'm so happy.
And that's okay. Well, that's good. I'm concerned that you looking in the mirror and going, something is wrong.
Something's wrong.
is a bit bad.
No, it's not. Listen. I just wanted it since I've been a kid, and I was everything would be. I would feel more complete with pink hair. Okay. So I've had it.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Did you dye it all pink initially, or just the...
I've always had it this way, and that's the way I've always wanted it. Okay. I don't know.
Well, that's nice.
That's the main reasoning I have behind it.
Okay. Okay. Got that one out of the way. Let's see. On the other list, Lucy said you've done stand-up with diary stuff. I'm not sure what that means. But looking past it seems like you're very fond of keeping a notebook and diaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have had a diary since middle school,
Mm-hmm.
I used to like write like worst day of my life and like talk about all of the boys, all of this stuff that was like getting me down, and it was really sad in the moment, but now it's just like really funny.
Yeah.
So
was this a daily thing?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. I would keep a diary, and I started getting back into it when I was a freshman in high school. I kind of stopped in the middle of 8th grade.
Yeah.
But I've been journaling like pretty steadily since now to then.
Yeah, that's what I have to call it, because I don't think men are allowed to have diaries. It's a journal.
No,
it's a journal.
No.
I would only write journals if something very significant in my life happened. It was never like
journal is what you put your shopping list in. A diary is where you talk about your feelings.
Okay, so I guess technically it's 100% a diary, but I've labeled it as a journal. I disagree. I think they're synonyms. Synonyms.
I guess, I don't know, but I've just always kept one, and I started in like sophomore year of high school. I did a show with my friend Simone. We started this thing called Dear God It's Us, where people read from their diaries, like in like coffee shops and stuff, and then we did like 3 other shows.
Is that supposed to be comedy, or is it
Oh yeah, it's really
okay.
It's supposed to be comedy. We only like accept like stuff that's funny. We don't want any self-pity unless it's like 7th grade self-pity. Then, like, we love that. But yeah, and it was like a really fun, rewarding experience. I want to do another show this summer back in Jersey.
Okay.
But I'll probably not get to it.
Okay. Was there some sort of event that sparked your diary? Because for me, I was listening to a podcast called Serial, and they're talking, because it's about like a murder and shit, and I think he kept a diary or something, but like none of it was dated. So they kept. I'm just gonna blow past that one. They kept like logs on him or something. I'm trying to remember this. Like 3 years after the fact, but regardless, the point was the police were like, man, I wish that guy had more evidence that he was doing stuff, and so I was like, I'm gonna keep a fucking journal of, and I like marked the time, like, oh, here's what I was doing from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and like this shit, so that one day if I died, the police wouldn't arrest like my best friend or something, and that was what sparked that, and then afterwards. Like, I just had sad days and was like, man, I need to write.
Write in my journal. I don't know, I like my first diary entry ever. This is like something I haven't thought about in a while. In 8th grade, I was the video editor for my school. Back when I lived in North Carolina.
What kind of videos did you edit?
Like just dumb shit. Like I would just like, we weren't using like anything serious. Like we were just, I would like teach kids how to use iMovie. Okay. Like you know, like nothing crazy. I would like teach kids how to use iMovie.
But did you make things for the school? Yeah, I used to make
like really like silly videos.
Okay.
And I just couldn't make videos anymore for some reason. I was having like the worst writer's block ever. I didn't know what it was. Turns out I was depressed. But, I got this journal because my teacher suggested it. Damn, I have to like send him a letter. But he suggested like, how about you get a diary, Mackenzie, and write about what inspires you. So I started writing about what inspires me. The first entry I had was about the second half of the White Album, like the Beatles' White Album. I don't even know. Like, and then I just started writing.
Did you come up to that teacher, or did he or she know, like, it was like, oh man, Mackenzie's looking fucking sad?
Oh, they all knew I was looking sad. His name was Mr. Phillips. He looks just like Walter White. Okay. And he was a science teacher also. Okay.
But not chemistry?
Not chemistry. He like was also my video editing like teacher. And I used to help him out in class, and he was like, this girl's sad, and he used to try to help me. And I guess in the long run, like, the diary thing did really work, because a lot of my first bits were in that diary. Like serious bits that like I wrote, you know.
Yeah. And did you do stand-up?
Yeah, at my shows I used to like talk about like what I wrote in my diary and like talk about it, but like but I've been mostly more of a sketch comedy comedy girl.
Yeah, because you're in Flawed right now, right?
Yes, I'm in Flawed
Okay.
Comedy Troupe. We're the cutest troupe in Emerson.
Is that a fact or?
Fact.
Okay.
It hasn't been proven, but just take a look at us. We're great.
Awesome. When I was doing my deep dive, there's one thing I have questions about.
Okay.
And that is your father, because I think I love your dad now.
Okay. I
and that
love
was
my dad too.
and that was only on one fact, and that was in your Tumblr. You made a video
Wow.
about your dad's film called Christmas of 2007. And
I'm so glad someone has gone on my Tumblr. My dad, okay, I can explain 2007 in a nutshell.
Okay.
2007 was my dad's artistic period. He had a camera. He thought he was a photographer.
Okay. Is he an artist,
No.
Professionally? Okay.
No.
What does he do?
He works with computers and
Okay.
I don't
That's
really
enough.
know. I don't really know what he does, and I feel
Yeah.
bad about it, but
Yeah, me neither. About my dad, not yours.
literally he thought he was a photographer. He would come to school events and take pictures of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a creepy way, but people would always stop me and be like, wait, that's your dad? That's not the school photographer? And I'd be like, no, that's my dad. And so my dad has this video where he takes a picture of his face and turns the camera around, and then on a plate it says Christmas 2007. That's the height of his artisticism.
Did you ever ask him about that,
No,
or why?
I just found it on the computer one day and I put it on my Tumblr. I have my Tumblr's a whole other thing. I don't reblog things on Tumblr.
Okay.
If you've been through it.
Yeah, I don't really know how Tumblr works, but
I just put videos and pictures that are somewhat meaningful to me on it.
yeah.
And I don't know, it's my vault. And it probably doesn't really make a lot of sense to people who are going through it. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But it means a lot to me.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I love my Tumblr.
Okay. Moving on. Bill Hader.
Oh my god.
How did you get to meet Bill Hader, your idol in God?
Bill Hader and I.
Mm-hmm.
This is the story of my life.
Okay.
Really. He Mackenzie, before knowing who Bill Hader is,
Trash.
nothing. Literally just a blip on the radar. I saw Bill Hader on SNL on Jonah Hill or Lindsay Lohan's episode. I always look at the Wikipedia page. I can never tell which one it was exactly.
Was this 2007 perchance?
No,
Oh.
2012.
Okay.
I was going through a really, really bad time. Literally the worst part of my life to date. I was very, very sad. I was in middle school. I didn't really have a lot of friends. And I went through this time where I just wasn't laughing or emoting. Until I saw SNL for the first time. And on that episode of SNL, there was Bill Hader playing Stefan. And I laughed until I cried. And then that night I went up to my room and I watched all the Bill Hader stuff I could find. And I just became obsessed with him. I just grew this huge admiration for him. And I was like, oh my God, I want to give back to the world what he gave to me just now. So.
Wow.
My admiration for him turned into this giant celebrity crush. I know everything about Bill Hader. I know everything about him.
Okay.
I have a poster of him on my wall. I used to have 75 photos of him in my room, but I don't anymore because that's weird.
It's
weird.
Okay. I mean, if it's your thing, I don't know.
Not anymore.
Okay.
It's weird. So I used to have a fan Tumblr in middle school.
Okay. Okay.
Bill Hader related.
Does that still exist?
No, I'm so mad I deleted it 'cause it's so cringy.
Yeah.
And I love that stuff.
Yeah, I had that same problem with my old Facebook. If you scroll back to the first posts I made in elementary and middle school, it's some of the most horrifying things you could ever read.
I love old Facebook posts.
It's awful. That's what I was trying to get to in yours, but yours is there's so many posts that I couldn't scroll down enough.
I also really cleaned through it one day.
Oh no.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
There's probably still some skeletons.
I'm sure that you can't wipe that 100% clean. That's what my girlfriend did. She just literally deleted her Facebook and made a new one.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if she deleted it, but she just made a new one and was like,
there's a girl
starting over.
who went to my high school who lost the password to her old Facebook, like her 7th grade Facebook, and it's amazing. And she can't get back into it. So it's just like here as a memorial to like middle school her on the internet. And I love it.
Yeah.
I visit it often.
That's part of the internet I'm so excited to like become like history. Is like old Facebook posts. Like if I ever have grandchildren, I might cry one day watching them go through my 12-year-old self posts on the internet about like where I'd have like I'd post like statuses but like talk to myself and like recreate like other characters and shit. It was really bad. Like
I want my grandkids to go through my Instagram. I like can't wait. I'm actually gonna cry. Like I'm so excited. Like I don't want children, but a grandkid better appear because I really want them to go through that.
Yeah, exactly.
But Bill Hader.
Okay.
Big fan.
Big fan
till forever.
Till? Okay.
No, nothing happened.
Okay.
So I like grew up a little. I went to high school. I went through all of high school basically, obsessed with him, like my life dedicated to him. It was like the week before senior year. I was sitting at a Vietnamese restaurant with my mom, and I was like, let's just see like if he's gonna be doing something in town.
Okay, so you were just automatically on the subject of Bill Hader.
Well, it's like the second thing on my mind. So I looked up Bill Hader Q&A New York. There it was. Documentary Now screening with Fred Armisen, Seth Meyers, Bill Hader Q&A.
Oh no.
I said, Mom, like we have to get these tickets. And she was like, of course. And so we bought them. And then I ran to the bathroom in the Vietnamese restaurant and I cried. And I was like, and it was in 10 days. It was in 10 days. So like, I don't remember what happened during that time, but when we like showed up, I was so nervous. I sat down. There was like people were walking around that worked at the theater with like these baskets with like blank note cards in them for Q&A questions. So I wrote on mine, Dear Bill, I wrote my college essay about you. Do you have any tips for young comedians? And then my mom put like a card over it that said like, oh my god, my daughter is your biggest fan, and folded it over my card. So it was bulky in the basket, which led to it getting picked and read to Bill Hader on stage after the screening of the Documentary Now episode. And when they read it, my body was like cemented to the chair. And he was saying my name. He was like, Mackenzie, where are you? And I was like, And if you watch, there's like a video of it.
No way.
That's online. It's on the Hollywood Reporter.
Holy fuck.
And then you can hear my mom like doing her like bird call scream, like, and we had this back and forth. And then he said, you know what? After this, come backstage and I'll come talk to you, take a picture with you. He talked to me for a really long time. Sweetest man. But then my mom had to come up and ruin everything. I love her. I love my mom. But if I could take back one thing she's ever said, it's definitely this. We were standing there with Fred Armisen, Bill Hader, and Seth Meyers.
Like you
Mount
do.
Rushmore.
Yeah.
And then my mom came up to Bill Hader and was like, oh my god, you saved my daughter's life. When we lived in North Carolina, she was so different. She didn't have any friends. And also we visited California and we drove past your house 3 times. And I was so mad. Oh, it sucked. But at least I think I left a lasting impression on Bill.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
I was shocked. I was truly shocked.
Was that just like the end of the conversation? Was there no like?
I saved it a little.
Did they? Okay.
Bill was really nice about it.
Yeah, I'd imagine they were just like, okay, yeah.
He was like, my address is online. I get it. And I was like, oh no. But like when we left the theater, I was just so happy. Because a lot of people don't get to meet like their idols and have a positive experience.
Oh yeah.
And we walked down the block and I just broke down and cried. And I was so happy.
That's awesome.
And it was just the best. Like,
yeah.
I really do love and appreciate him. He's awesome.
Yeah. Is that the reason you started down the path of comedy?
Yeah. I've always done like comedy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
like what?
Oh, I used to do improv.
Okay.
But like I don't like improv anymore. You know this.
Uh-huh.
I've done improv since I've been 8.
8?
8 years old.
Is it like a theater company or?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I used to live in North Carolina, I did theater there because I was weird. I didn't have a lot of friends in North Carolina, so my mom's like, she's weird, like she's gonna do improv. And so I just did it until I moved from North Carolina to New Jersey. And then I joined a theater troupe, like an improv troupe, Sparks of Insanity, and I loved the people, hated my director. Hated him. And
why is that?
Oh, fuck. Listen.
Okay.
One day I snapped.
Okay.
He would let the boys talk about penises and I couldn't talk about penises.
Oh.
And it made me really mad.
Okay.
And so I was like, there's a flaw in this system.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of other stuff, you know, and I think just my heart really wasn't with improv, and I just really like doing sketch. I really like sitting down and writing. I love that.
Yeah.
And I want to like be better at improv again, because I appreciate it as like a writing tool, but I just can't do it anymore. Like, it makes me so angry, but I try. It just doesn't stick like it used to. My confidence was really, really shot after doing improv with my old troupe in high school with that director. And I wish I still had that confidence that I had when I did improv when I was like in elementary school, but I'm still looking for it, you know?
Was it that moment of when you snapped? Was that when?
Yeah, there was like a week where he was like, he would just keep on giving me notes that were kind of dumb. There was one like, you're not driving that fake car believably enough. And I was like, what does that mean? And I like cried, and then I just like almost called an Uber home.
Oh.
I just was done. But like, so what? I'm not like the best at improv, but I still loved comedy.
Yeah. Like,
I've never been like, I'm done. I'm never writing a joke again.
Yeah. Was there like a consensus in your improv troupe that the director was a prick?
No.
Oh.
So it makes me think that it's a me problem.
Oh.
Which, you know, it might be. But I don't know. He like really liked a few of the people in the troupe that left for college before me. And I don't know, like, I wish I could just be better at driving a fake car.
Was there any sort of like personal beef that like, you know?
No, he
maybe
just,
that
like, I'm trying to think.
You know, maybe that car driving comment wasn't about car driving. It was about, you know, some
Something
offhand comment you made.
I like tried. I think also just. I like playing characters, but I hate when someone's like, all right, in this scene you're going to be a crazy hippie. Like, I hate that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, sure, like, I could write a crazy hippie, but I don't want to play one right now in this moment. And that sounds so dumb, but, like,
yeah.
I love improv. I love watching improv. I think it's great. Like, my friend Finn, amazing at improv. You're really good at improv.
Thank you.
I appreciate it as an art. I want to get better at it. I'm not going to say it's not for me, but it's not for me at this moment.
Okay.
I cannot drive a car believably at this moment.
Well, that's a bummer. Yeah. Maybe you should get good, Mackenzie. Practice. I wanted to talk about what's the name? Let me not fuck this up. Montclair. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do any research into Montclair, but
I can
Lucy.
tell you everything.
Okay, well, fuck me up.
Lucy told you about it?
She just says you talk about your home a lot.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
When I was born in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Not
Okay.
North Carolina?
No, this is the gag. I was born in New Jersey, but I moved to North Carolina in 2nd grade and came back to New Jersey, the same town in high school, and that town is Montclair.
Oh.
The greatest place on earth.
Why is that?
Oh my god. It's just the most wonderful place I've ever been, and I feel so lucky to like have gone through high school there.
Mm-hmm.
I love that town. I don't know why. Like, everyone makes fun of me. They're like, you're obsessed with New Jersey. But I'm like, I have so many reasons. Like, it's a great place. I had a really nice high school experience. I loved high school. I have a group of friends that are great.
Mm-hmm. Were those people in the women in comedy group that you started?
Some of them.
Okay.
Some of them. I don't know. Montclair is a town that people write TV shows about.
Really?
It's like, it doesn't exist anywhere else. It's a fake world.
Uh-huh.
It's like a bubble. It's a bubble community. Everyone's biracial. Everyone's happy. Everyone's got a small dog. Like, I don't know. Like, I love it there. I do. I love New Jersey.
Okay. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm needing some specifics here. I want to know if I should be living in Montclair. Yeah.
Okay. Ask me anything. I'm the best representative for the town.
Okay.
Out there.
What's Montclair like in the winter?
Montclair in the winter, more like I would describe it as a winter wonderland.
Okay, of course.
I lived in an apartment there where I would look out the window, and my apartment was kind of shaped like a tunnel. So when I looked out the window, I was looking at other apartments on every single side.
Oh, that's neat.
So the snow would fall like a snow globe because it would get trapped in the tunnel, and it was so beautiful.
That's really awesome. What is the geography of Montclair? What does it look like?
I don't know, flat.
Flat? Flat? Trees? What kind of
Flat
trees?
with some hills sometimes.
Some hills sometimes.
Yeah.
Any kind of sort of special trees?
Maple?
Hope?
Maple trees.
Okay.
What do we have? We have the iris gardens.
What about New Jersey as a whole?
Oh, I understand why people hate it. I get it. It's when you drive into New Jersey, it smells bad. It smells bad. It's foggy always, except Montclair.
Except Montclair.
It is the gem of New Jersey.
Okay. I've never heard of Montclair until now.
Well, you should put it on your map because it's a great place.
I'm starting to.
You're starting to.
I'm starting to, but I'm still looking for specifics.
Okay,
I feel like you haven't sold me on Montclair yet.
Montclair, I don't know. It just, there's a lot of like things you can do. There's a lot of stuff. The community aspect of my town was like really interesting. I used to every Wednesday, I still do it when I go back home. It's this thing called Serendipity, where basically like all the kids from high school get together and they plan a show of like local bands. And
is this all high schools or just yours?
Just Montclair High, baby.
Okay.
And we plan a show with local bands in town, and like we book a church or something. The guy who helps us, there's two guys that help us, Greg and Ed. Ed is a very small man who looks like the Keebler elf.
Okay.
I recommend just going to Montclair to just shake his hand. He's a great guy. And Greg is the secretary for the Socialist Party of America. He has a Wikipedia page.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I know him really well, but like, he's also like kind of famous. They help us book these shows. They're the best guys ever. And at the end of the month, we have a big show in like a basement of a church or like a park with like live local music. So the music scene in Montclair is like huge.
Oh, that's sweet.
All of my friends were in like bands.
Were you in a band?
No, I was just a band-aid.
Band.
Like I just like my friends had a band called Goats.
Goats?
They have a
I
song
like
called-
that name.
It's good, right? It's good. They have a song called What a Shame that is good. My boyfriend's like kind of in a band.
Kind of. What is
Kind
that?
of. My boyfriend's a SoundCloud rapper.
Okay.
Tennis Boys.
What does that mean?
That's their group.
Okay.
The name of their group, Tennis Boys.
Okay, you said it like that was some sort of thing I should know. And
No, I think I just say it like that because like the name's kind of silly, but I like it. I had a couple friends who were like in and out of bands in high school and stuff too. And it's just nice. Like there's always a show to go to.
No band drama, no like.
Not really. I feel like there's always something like, oh, like Jerry didn't want to practice this day, so fuck Jerry. Like, you know, but
hate never lasts long in Montclair.
no, heat never lasts long in Montclair. We're all very happy together.
Okay.
It's like a utopia.
Yeah. Well, as I was doing research for you, I really emphasize with I think your high school life, because for me a lot of high school I kind of came in and I was like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then I found like some like this TV class, and it was like a bunch of filmmakers, and I got real tight with a group of people and like became real good friends. And then like leaving that was real hard for me. And that like when I come here I'm like fuck, I'm like back to square zero.
I know. It's weird being at college and not being like in a place that you know really well, in a school where people know you.
Yeah.
And, like that sucks.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Because Matt one day in improv was describing, he was like, you know, college is fucking dope because you know, nobody knows who you are and you can just start over. I was like, I had it pretty nice. It took me a while to build that up. I didn't want to lose that.
I miss my friends a lot who like know the things I do. I hate explaining how I do things to people because everybody knows how I do things back home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I struggle to be like comfortable around people I don't spend a lot of time around. Like if I like just know someone just barely, or like even if I've known them for like 5 months but I haven't spent like, I don't know, 1,000 hours with them, it'll be like a layer of me is like just like
same. Everybody, I don't know, it's just hard. And I had a really solid group of friends. We all did serendipity together, which was really nice.
Did you play or?
No.
Okay.
I was just like, I set things up.
Okay.
I took people's money at the door. I played the ukulele, but like not professionally. But nobody really plays it professionally.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
It's one of those instruments that just takes up space. But yeah, I miss high school, but I also like college. I like being by myself and like figuring things out.
What do you mean by that?
Just like, I don't know, it's nice, like not having people telling you, no, Mackenzie, like that goes there. Like, no, Mackenzie, like you gotta do that. I can just do whatever I want. I can put whatever where, you know?
In terms of your room? Or?
Yeah, my room, or like, I don't know. I can just throw shit around. Like, I can keep my room messy when I want to. I can clean it up whenever I want.
I feel the exact opposite. I've got a really clean roommate, and so I feel constantly pressured to maintain some sort of order.
Lily was clean. My old roommate was really clean, and I just messed up the whole room, like a tornado.
So wait, are you living alone right now? Okay.
I have a single room in Colonial. It's nice. I just it does get lonely. I have time to like FaceTime my mom and like pretend like my dog can see me and FaceTime. Like, we do a lot of that.
What kind of dog do you have?
Tibetan Terrier.
Are those big? That sounds big.
He's like, I would say like 3 of your heads.
3?
Like
a
as
weird
big as
way
like
to measure
3
things.
of your heads together in a line.
Okay, so very small.
Very.
Well,
he's not like small like a pebble.
Could you pick him up with one hand?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, it's medium.
You have to have a big hand to pick up my dog with one hand. He's fine. I love him, but he doesn't really like me.
Why do you say that?
he like rolls his eyes at me. When I got into college, he shit on the floor 3 times. Fucked up.
That's fantastic.
No, that was my moment. He like is he's silly.
How old is he?
8.
8. That's old.
He's getting up there.
Yeah, my dog's 10, and they say they're only supposed to live 8 years, and he just he's just shits wherever. Because he can't be bothered. But sometimes he'll like make an effort. So if he has to poop, usually it's too late by then if he knows he has to poop. So he'll just start pooping, but like walk towards the door. So there's like a trail of shit to the door, and it's
that fucking sucks.
it's very adorable.
I
Though.
would teach. No.
Oh no.
That's not adorable.
Well, because he's
Shit,
trying.
It's never cute.
He's trying. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Whatever floats your boat.
No, I'm not. Not that I'm attracted to shit.
No,
I'm
not saying that. I'm just saying like. A dog leaving a trail of shit is like not what I'd be like, oh, like that's so cute.
Well, but there was like a nice little intent. He tried. He was, even though no one was there, he gave an effort.
I understand.
You piece of shit. I don't like you anymore, Mackenzie.
My teacher.
Yeah. Sorry.
For a class, it's a burlesque class at Emerson.
Like stage burlesque,
yes.
Or like. Okay, I didn't know that existed.
It's like the history of like burlesque.
Oh, okay. Not like perform burlesque. Or do you?
We are taking a pole dancing class at the end of the semester. I don't know. But the teacher loves her dog.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, he's really old, so I sleep on the floor with him, and he throws up and poops around my body. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, it just reminded me of that. She blew her back out trying to pick up the dog.
Oh. Didn't have big enough hands.
Canceled class.
Oh man.
Last week.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Poops around her. So maybe you think that's cute.
No, absolutely not. Alright, we're gonna go back to the list of research. Let's see if there's anything else here. Where was it? I don't want to get this name right. Oh, don't call me poop. What is that?
Oh, poop eater?
Is that what I just heard? You had made something called "Don't Call Me Poop."
It's not called that.
Oh, okay. That's what your dad wrote or called it.
He doesn't know what's going on. One of my favorite diary entries from my middle school journal, diary, whatever you want to call it, notebook, is called Fatty Slut Poop Eater. Where I was called a fatty, a slut, and a poop eater all in one day.
Oh.
Yeah. And it sucked. I was called a fatty because there was a boy named Brody who used to see me like eat food every day. And he used to call me a fatty. God forbid I eat food every day. I'm a little fatty.
Yeah, you did have that one coming.
Yeah,
to be fair.
I did. And then my friend Liza in middle school, she wasn't really a friend. She was very mean.
Okay.
Called me a slut because I was getting out of a lunchroom table and like she saw my crotch. But like, how do I do that smoothly, Liza? And then I was called a poop eater by Brody. Oh. Back at it again. This is dumb. This was actually so sad. I was walking, carrying a stack of papers for my teacher in the hot North Carolina sun. I dropped the stack of papers in a pile of mud and it just went all over my face. And Brody and his like crew were standing there and they're like, haha, like you have brown on your face. Like what were you doing? Eating poop? And he's like, you're a poop eater. And like, yeah. That was rough.
That's like something out of like a bad like coming of age movie. Like,
yeah, that's my
that doesn't sound like a real line that somebody would actually say.
That happened. And like I made a short for it for Emerson.
Oh, okay.
I put it on YouTube and I didn't change any of the names because I don't know, I have no remorse, no regrets because it really happened.
Yeah, fuck you, Brody.
Brody
and
messaged me because he saw it like literally a year later.
Oh no.
And he was like, all of that is lies. And then get this. He said, roll Trump.
What?
Yes.
What the fuck?
And he was like, this is all lies. And then I sent him like a screenshot of the diary entry, and he was like, I take that back, I'm very sorry. I did get in trouble for treating girls poorly in middle school, and I'm very sorry.
Oh my god.
So, I guess we're on good terms.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So he thought you were lying about
Yes.
calling... What the fuck?
I can write a joke, but that cannot be written.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really weird. I don't think I can follow his logic here, because he was like, oh, that's bullshit. I would never call a girl poop eater. What a stupid insult. But then I'm still trying to follow his logic. If you showed him the screenshot of like what you actually written, he would have been like, oh, well, you're just a stupid kid. You didn't know what the fuck I was calling you. I was you know.
He like apologized immediately.
Oh, wow.
Felt good.
Was there any context to the roll Trump part?
No, he just put the roll Trump like in there for no reason, just to like, I don't know, make me upset.
I've never
like,
heard roll Trump. Like roll tide?
Yeah, like
Alabama?
roll tide, like Alabama.
Yeah.
Roll Trump. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know the South.
But honestly, I lived there for a good portion of my life. Neither do I. Like Southern people are strange.
Yeah.
You know, like the phrase "bless your heart." That's like worse than "fuck you."
What?
Yeah, that's honestly, to hear that is like.
Oh, is it like a
nails on a
passive
chalkboard.
aggressive? Like...
Yeah, it's a passive aggressive thing. People don't know that live in the North. Like, let's say, I don't know, I like tripped, and then someone would go, "Bless her heart."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
I
like,
feel it.
It's like it rubs it in there real good.
Oh man, that's sinister.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah, Southern comfort and like Southern hospitality does not exist. It's all based off of being passive aggressive. So, weird.
That's fantastic. I really can't get over this Brody thing. I think that's really beautiful.
He, like, also the kid who played him in the video and Brody follow each other on Instagram now. What the fuck? Like, he, like, Brody, strangely, is my #1 hater, but also, like, my biggest supporter. Like, thank you.
Well, that's awesome. And was it Eliza? Is that her name?
Liza.
Did she ever find out about that?
No.
Okay.
She was, like, I don't know. She was, like, really hot shit in middle school. I hope that she's happy now. You know, just, like, she was one of those girls that everyone was like, oh my god, Liza's beautiful. And like she was, but she just hated me.
Did you do anything or?
Probably. Like, you know, I think about it now. Like, yes, I was bullied, but was I a little shit? Yes. Like, I 100% was. I was annoying as shit when I was in middle school. The only thing I would talk about was Sherlock.
Oh.
Yeah. And Doctor Who.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, BBC Sherlock. And Doctor Who was like my thing. And Bill Hader. And
the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, really. And my locker, like when I opened it, just had pictures of like 30-year-old men, like some guys from Downton Abbey.
Okay.
People from Doctor Who.
Downton Abbey, an entertaining show for you in middle school?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I loved Downton Abbey in middle school.
I've no idea what it's like. I figured it's some sort of political drama or something. Oh.
It's so good. It's a drama. I just loved this one character. His name was Thomas. I really identified with him because his life was fucking awful. And so, like, I was like, oh my god, like, I am him. And I just adored him, had him in my locker next to Benedict Cumberbatch from Sherlock. I was fucking weird. I also probably had Bryan Cranston in my locker.
Good choice.
I understand why I was bullied. It's because of that.
That's fair. Speaking of weird things in our middle school lockers, I had actually my locker mate was a guy named Brody. Great guy. Different Brody. He might be a Trump supporter. We don't know. But just like one day I opened the locker and Brody's a weird dude who would like do fucking
You just
annoying.
share a locker?
Yeah. It was like a tall locker. It was like probably the size of you. And then just one day I opened the locker and there's like a pad, like a menstrual pad onto the locker, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, that's weird, but whatever. I guess Brody just thought that was funny, and I was like, oh, I guess it's funny. Anyways, fast forward like 5 months, it's still there because I'm not gonna fucking take that off. That's gross.
Oh, that's funny.
And I'm at the locker with Brody, and I was like, hey Brody, how come you put that on the locker? And he was like, I thought you put that on the locker. and I have no idea who put that there. And that's the story of that one.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Someone was out to get you.
I think
But
maybe.
like, maybe I don't really know. There was
There's
I have
what?
a good story.
Okay.
I'll use fake names starting now.
Okay.
There's a boy named Bob at my high school who I grew up with before moving to North Carolina. He was like my neighbor.
Okay.
He grew up to be the worst person ever. He's crazy, like has a cocaine habit apparently, like
Now or back then?
not when he was a kid,
Okay.
but like now, yes. In high school, yes.
Okay.
He was like awful to girls, okay? He got with this girl, Susan.
Okay.
He was awful to her, okay?
Okay.
Do you know what she did? She got a box of tampons, put Kool-Aid on them and threw them on his Jaguar.
Ooh.
And then he totaled his car like the next day.
Ooh.
That's what you get. Isn't that crazy?
Was he like domestically abusing
I don't
Susan?
know.
Okay.
I don't know. But
Was Bob? Would you bet that
He was
Bob was of
deserving?
that type? Oh, yeah.
was he deserving of tampon on car?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He was like, I don't trust him at all.
Yeah.
He was a weirdo. Don't
Yeah.
you hate when people that you grew up with like just grow up to be like awful people, like
I'm trying to think of examples.
literally like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villains, like
I'm trying to think of people that I didn't like when I was a kid, but I don't know if I've had the reverse where there's been somebody I liked and then they turned into like it's usually more sad. It's like when I was a kid I had a lovely friend named Jake, and Jake got me into like skateboarding. He got all of my friends into skateboarding because he was a fucking cool skater dude. And then Jake's family was just fucking awful. And then eventually he just dropped out of high school. And then I think he's doing fine. He's probably just working some minimum wage job, skating and smoking weed.
Aww.
But yeah, no, I really like Jake. But
Bless his heart.
yeah, bless you, Jake.
Yeah.
I love you, dude. There's also, but like there was people I hated when I was a kid, especially in like early elementary school. There's a kid named Andre. Right? Andre. Yeah. Andre. On the 100th day of kindergarten,
Okay.
we had to bring 100 of something in. And I brought in 100 Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I brought in Pokemon cards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You had the same activity too?
Yeah, 100 days. You bring in 100 or something.
Okay.
I brought in Pokemon cards.
I didn't think that was a common practice. Okay. Anyways, I brought in 100 Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and Andre stole them. And I lost all respect for Andre. And he was caught immediately. Like, before the day was over, Mrs. Clark went
How do
through
you
all the
hide them?
Well, he just put it in his backpack, and Mrs. Clark went through everybody's backpack and was like, "Oh, here's the cards." Andre got caught.
God.
There's another kid named Trenton. It's
Awful
actually
name.
just really bad. He's like definition of like white trash.
Okay.
I don't know if he's ever done something personally against me, but he was just annoying. And consistently would have like ketchup on the sides of his mouth.
Oh, I really don't like ketchup at all. Like, gross me the fuck out.
Yeah, just always on the side of his lip was like dried ketchup.
I hate that.
Yeah. Even as a child, it was like, I'm a stinky boy, but fucking that ketchup would like, it bothered me. There's another kid, Seth. This one bothered me the most. I was big into Halo and like video games.
Okay.
And Seth lied about fucking Halo to me to like impress me. He was like, "Yo, dude, one time I was sniping so hard in Halo that I shot the helmet off." And I was like, "That's 100% bullshit. I know everything about this game. That's fucking impossible." And he was like, "Nope, it's true."
It's true.
Yeah, that bothered me.
There was someone told me a story about a kid, and I love the way kids lie. I think that children lying is really funny. There was a kid who was in my friend's kindergarten, maybe like second grade class, and he was like, "Yeah, that's right, I have a jetpack backpack."
No.
Number one, bold thing to lie about. That's a mouthful to say. And he was like, "Yeah, but it only works at night." And so he was like, "So I guess you have to come to my house at night to see my jetpack backpack work." And so they were hanging out on the weekend. It was night. And he was like, "Show us your jetpack backpack." And he was like, "Oh, it only works on weekdays." And he also lied about having a zoo in his backyard.
Oh no.
Which I don't know how you can even make that legal in Montclair, New Jersey. Like,
Yeah. Oh, and to add on to that, there's like if you're friends with somebody, you have to like believe them as well. Like, I'm sure that guy's friends were like, yeah, that dude's got a zoo in his backyard for sure. And when I was a kid, I got angry at this kid named Blake, and I slapped him. And I put him in his place. Yeah. But no, he started crying, and I was like, fuck. And he was we started going to the teacher, and I was like, fuck, what do I do? There's no way I'm in the right for this one. And so my friends come up and they're like, whoa, why does Blake just run away crying? I was like, I got really angry, and I just stiffened up my arms, and I turned quickly. I was not at all intentional slapping. And my friends were like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And like a part of me was like, holy fuck, why do you believe that?
See, that's why I don't trust people our age, because then we start to get morals. See, if I do some fucked up shit, my friends would be like, that's wrong. But if we were kids, they'd be like, yeah, like, beat the shit out of that girl, Mackenzie.
Oh, no.
But I'd never beat the shit out of somebody.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in some sort of violence at all?
I punched a kid in kindergarten.
For what was the justification?
You know what? Actually, I think he kept on asking me out on a date, and I was not interested, and he just started annoying me. So I was like, you know what? I guess violence must ensue. That's crazy. But he was really annoying. I remember him still. Yeah. He would like always be like, Mackenzie, like, I remember this. So we were like, I would write my little dyslexic name on like a sheet of paper and then put in the date. And he's like, are you putting in the date? Your date with me? And I'd be like, no. And like, get really mad.
That's fantastic.
But you know, I don't know where he is anymore. I forget his name.
Aw.
You know.
Bummer.
Really.
He tried so hard and he got nothing.
I know, but he just sometimes stuff happens.
Yeah, I didn't know dyslexia had to do with the writing. I thought it was a reading thing.
Yes, dyslexia has to do with writing and reading. Like, I get my B's and my P's mixed up. I know, you're looking at me like that's dumb.
Two. Just count the bumps.
No, like lowercase.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I
can't read. I can't write. I also see double.
See double? What does that mean?
I have double vision, like, at all times.
What? Like, right now? You see
there's two of you.
What?
Yeah.
Can you not, like, focus on it?
I have a dual focal point in my eyes. So, like, I see double at all times. And I have glasses that correct it.
Oh, okay.
I thought this was, like, a normal thing. Everybody saw double.
Oh.
I thought this was, like, normal.
Day one of Mackenzie's life, you were seeing double.
Because, you know, like, when you start life, like, I don't know, like, seeing double, or, like, if you're colorblind, you're not going to think that something's wrong. And, like, stupidly, like, I was talking to my dad in the car, senior year of high school, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm glad I don't drive because, you know, I don't do well with seeing double. And he was like, what? And I was like, you know, like, everybody sees double. And he was like, no. And, he got me glasses. So I have glasses that correct it, but they haven't yet created the technology for contacts for people like me.
Okay, wow.
So I'm seeing double right now, but, like, I can, like, live with it unless I do, like, a lot of reading. And I'm also dyslexic, so it's, like, just alphabet soup everywhere.
Okay. Can you, like, focus on things?
I think of it like I probably see, like, a lizard, because, like, their eyes are on different sides of their head. Yeah. So, like, I can focus on things.
Okay.
But there's always going to be, like, a little, like, shadow of the thing I'm focusing on.
Okay. I'm trying to imagine, because, like, I can, like not, I don't know, like, look at you and then have, like, two, or, like, put my finger and I can see two fingers.
That's,
you
like,
know?
hell for me.
What do you mean?
If I put my finger, like, out in front of me, there's, like, 5.
Okay, now I don't know the genetics of what's wrong with you, but
there's a lot of things that don't, like,
I'm surprised you made it so far as to your senior year of high school before for calling.
I think I'm just really good at guessing. Because, like, when I got the glasses, I was like, wow, this is great. Like, you know, I, like, understood what this whole life thing was about.
Can you read without your glasses?
Yeah, it's hard. I've always been really bad at reading because I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Everyone's always like, Mackenzie, like, you dream to be on SNL. I can't fucking read cue cards. I can't read cue cards. And like SNL, they have cue cards when they're reading. Can't read them. I will strive to get better. Like on most shows, you're reading from a teleprompter. Like,
yeah. Is dyslexia something you can like beat out of yourself?
No.
Okay.
No. I have like allergies that I think are going away. I'm allergic to raw fruits and vegetables.
All fruits.
Raw fruits.
Raw fruits.
All fruits when they're raw.
Okay.
It's the protein.
So you can cook.
I can cook it.
You can cook an apple and that's fine.
Pear?
Not me.
I don't like pie.
Oh, well that's
don't like
sort of offensive.
Oh, sorry. Like I just no. There's like a lot of things that like I wish I could fix, like about myself, not like
I have
in
a question.
a bad way.
Did you like go to a doctor and like figure out and they're like, oh, here's your allergies? Like, did you?
An allergy test.
Okay.
And when I was a little kid, I used to tell my mom, like, when I eat apples, it makes my mouth itch. And she was like, just shut up, eat your like apple. Like, it sounds like I'm lying.
Yeah.
And so one day, it got to the point where I was like, I can't eat these. Please take me to get allergy tested. Like, 9-year-old me, like, I want to get allergy tested. That's my dream. And they shoved like 36 needles in my back. And all of the ones for raw fruits and vegetables like apple, pear, carrot, celery came up extremely positive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Extremely positive is a bad positive.
Extremely.
I had that tested. That's where they just poke you and put a little inside like the first layer of skin or something like that. Yeah, but I didn't have it on my arm. Oh, yeah.
I had so many, it was on my back.
Yeah, mine was on my back as well.
Oh,
and then,
cool.
Yeah. I came up, I don't know if extremely positive, but I came up for, I think, grass, tree sap.
Grass. Yeah.
I think most people are allergic to grass,
just
or at least
rid of
it. Well, it's just like a bunch of feathers on the ground. I feel like anybody rolling around in that is gonna get all itchy and tickly.
I wish that allergy testing could be like 23andMe.
Oh, like you spit into it and
like, you know, like the things that you spit into and it tells you your genetics. It's a scam, but
my brother did something for like food stuff similar to that. I don't know what he did. He might have sent blood or like urine or some sort of genetic. Anyways, but he sends it and they give you like a green list, a yellow list, and a red list of like food items. And like, so my brother came back, he can't like eat any meat except like salmon. Like certain fish he can't, certain anything he can't. Like,
why?
I have no idea. His body's just completely destroyed.
Is he older or younger?
He's older. He's like 20. I don't know his age. He's like 23.
No.
Wait. He's 6 years older, and if I'm 19, 25.
Old.
20. Yeah, he's old boy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. No, but I was also allergic to dogs and cats, and that was.
Me too.
Yeah. Are you allergic to your dog right now?
Hypoallergenic.
Oh, that'll do it. I grew up with a dog named Jax. He was a chocolate lab, and I had no idea I was allergic to him, and I never like experienced allergies until we got like an English bulldog, and then that was when
love those dogs.
Gus is a good boy. Yeah, he's fantastic.
Are you allergic to him right now?
Yeah, like if I pet him, I have to wash my hands, and he sheds like a motherfucker.
That sucks.
It's whatever. I mean, usually.
That sounds awful. Are you like constantly sick?
No, he's not allowed anywhere near my room. Like when we keep, like all the bedrooms are upstairs. He not that he can climb stairs, but.
Okay. Wait, so I've never. That sounds awful. Like living with a pet that you're allergic to.
Yeah, it's like in theory it'd be like, how the fuck can you do it?
Type situation.
Bubble Boy? That sounds familiar. What is that?
I think it's like an Adam Sandler movie where he lives inside a bubble. He's allergic to the outside.
Oh. Okay, that does sound like an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, but.
But no, in practice it was fine. It was fine, cause you just pet your dog and you go wash your hands and that's about it. Sometimes it get bad, maybe you take a shower but then you're in a shower and it's like.
Who wants to live like that?
It was worth it. The boy's good. Gus is a nice,
good dogs.
nice addition. Yeah, I think dogs are worth
bulldogs and English bulldogs.
Yeah.
I want a bulldog, but when they breathe, it makes me really sad.
it. Yeah, because they are just like.
In that breath I can hear their fucked genetics, and so I'm like,
Yeah.
I want one. But
Just every breath you're reminded they shouldn't naturally exist at all.
Yeah.
They were never meant to be.
My friend Georgia has a bulldog named Darla.
Oh.
And she's so cute. I'm allergic to her, and she's really heavy, so like if I were to steal her, it would be a big ordeal. But I hope to one day have a hypoallergenic bulldog.
Oh, I don't know if those exist.
I'll keep
but they're
holding
good.
out.
You know that you can get shots to de-allergicize. Well, because I'm trying to remember how they do it. I think what they do is like when you start it out, they give you a shot like every single day and maybe twice a day. So you have to like go into it's like a overhaul. So I had this.
Love anything enough.
I'm kind of regretting not saying no to it or saying no to it because it's like once a day every week and then like a couple times a week and then a couple times a month and then a couple times a year and then like you're done and you're no longer allergic to dogs. And I think the logic is like the same with like vaccines where you just like expose yourself so much to it. And I kind of regret that because I don't know. I don't like being unable to pet dogs. That's a big part of my life.
I love dogs, but I don't know. I don't want to like ever be like, oh, I need to go get my shot to go pet a dog.
Yeah.
Like I've lived my life dodging raw fruits and vegetables for so long. I can like dodge dogs, you know? Like doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Okay, so to recap, Mackenzie.
Yes.
I'm trying to pinpoint how Mackenzie Thomas got to apply to comedic arts.
Okay.
Mackenzie Thomas, born in Montclair, shipped out to North Carolina.
I live in Livingston, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I was born
You lied.
In Livingston.
Okay.
I hate that part of my life story.
Is there any other places of New Jersey that are good?
I didn't live there. I was born in a hospital there.
And you hate Livingston?
Have you seen that episode of Parks and Rec?
I don't watch Parks and Rec.
Fuck.
Sorry.
I am a Montclair, New Jersey girl. I wish I was born there.
That's why you hate Livingston, because it's just not Montclair?
Yeah.
Okay. Born, for the sake of the story, Mackenzie was born in Montclair, spiritually, shipped out to North Carolina, came back to Jersey, was living a regular old sad teenage life. Bill Hader came.
No.
Nope.
Bill Hader was in middle school.
Bill Hader was in middle school. Okay.
Yes.
Bill Hader came.
North Carolina was Bill Hader.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bill Hader came. Mackenzie was like, hey, I'm funny. Bill Hader's funny. This is a job for me.
Yes.
Yes. Shipped back to Montclair. Got real buddy with everybody. Had a nice fun life. And then I presume when college time came, she was like, fuck, what am I gonna do with my life?
Yes.
Bill Hader. Was there a moment of that where you like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for money?
I know that I've always just loved writing. I've loved writing sketches since I've been like little. I've been like, I used to like transcribe Marty Feldman sketches. Marty Feldman, you know, he's in New York Science.
Yeah.
He had like a sketch show that I loved.
So you just wrote down what he said?
And
okay.
I don't know, I've just always been drawn to comedy, and I was like, fuck, like I don't want to go to school for advertising. I don't want to go to school for marketing. I want to make it happen.
Okay.
I want to do sketch. I want to do stand-up. I want to get as close to my dream as I possibly can until I can't.
I had that same feeling. At one point in my life, I was like, dude, I will go homeless. And then from there, we'll maybe rethink things.
Yeah. I just, it's for me, it's like, I don't want, if I'm able to like write and make people laugh somewhere and have enough money where I can eat food, it doesn't have to be good food.
Every day?
Whenever. Every day. And like maybe be able to like eat something with like black truffle in it once a year. I'm happy. I just want to be able to eat and write comedy. And so I was like, I started looking at programs for college for comedy, and there was Columbia College Chicago, which is like fine, but Emerson. I know a lot of people who went here, and the school has always been brought up to me like my whole life, and I just like fell in love with the school when I was a junior in high school. I toured in the beginning of the year, fell in love with Emerson, and it just became my dream school, and the program became my dream program, and when I got in, I was so happy.
Yeah, what was that day like?
Oh my god. It was really nerve-wracking.
Were you informed by email or mail?
Email. Came at 3:15, I believe, on December 15th or something. I don't know, I waited by the computers after school. So I had like friends come over, and my other friend was waiting for something from Tufts. She got waitlisted. Which sucked.
Yeah.
But she's really happy now, which is great.
Is she in Tufts?
No, she was Virginia Tech, I think. I just sat there by the computer. It was 3 o'clock, 3:15. I clicked the link. I got in. I screamed. I was so excited. And then my dog pooped on the floor. But it's just nice that something that I worked for paid off.
Yeah.
And just everything that I do, even if it's just like the dumb shit that I do on Instagram that I love. I love doing dumb shit on Instagram, is a baby step towards what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like really serious about it.
Yeah.
I just want to write. That's all I want.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the same feelings. I think when I got that email, I think it was in an English class, and I was just reading about Greek mythology. And then I just saw Emerson email. I was like, oh fuck. Because I think they were the first college to get back. I applied to like USC. I wanted to be like a screenwriter.
I was gonna apply to USC, but that was a long shot because I'm not the best kid ever.
No, I was like academically probably like above average, but not like USC or I applied to UCLA, but that was, even as applying, I was like, why am I?
I'm academically below average, but a great interviewer.
Well, that's good. No, yeah, I got that email. I was like, yes, and I like screamed out, and I was like, fuck yeah! Oh, it felt so good.
I like wanted to pee myself the whole day. I usually want to pee myself the whole day, but especially that day.
Okay.
I was so excited.
Okay. So 20 years from now, Mackenzie.
Yes.
How will people know that Mackenzie is living the dream? Like, if I see Mackenzie doing X, I won't go up to her. She's perfectly happy. I won't bother her.
What is it? Like,
what's the dream? What's the dream? 20 years, 10 years, 15? I don't know. How long? 10.
Let's do 10.
Okay.
In 10 years, honestly, I just hope. I don't really want to be famous.
Okay.
I don't really want much. I just want to be able to make someone somewhere feel the same way I felt when I saw Bill Hader do Stefan. I want to contribute to that. Like, I don't care if like I'm, just an unknown writer. I don't care if I'm a Paula Pell. I don't care. Like, I just want to write comedy. And I'll do it. Like, i'll do it for pennies and have another job. Hopefully in 10 years you'll see my name in the credits of something.
Okay.
I'd love to be on camera, but I just want to write jokes.
Okay. Awesome. What time are we at? I think we're at like an hour and 10 minutes. All right.
Oh.
We'll cut it off there.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Is there anything you want to plug? Because you actually have things to plug.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. I've never been able to do this. I have a little like story thing I do. You can find it on Bandcamp, Mackenzie Thomas, bandcamp.com.
Okay.
A collection of stories where I tell stories from my life, not with good equipment, like the ones we're using right now. This is like ASMR stuff. You can find the link to it on my Instagram, which is just @Mackenzie, MACKENZIE.
That's it? You got that?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's lucky.
Got it on lock. So, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mackenzie. Boop.
Thank you.